2, please don't overextend. It's an endurance test, the real fight begins. Take a walk to this corner, come get your second win.
Welcome to the Second Win Sports Media. I'm your host, Rashid Hammond, and today's topic is about Shakur Stevenson. What's in the future for him? This is a lot of claims that I have of my own about this whole endeavor. I think Shakur Stevenson put on a performance that was necessary to win the fight. Could he have done more? Maybe. But I have other reasons for believing that Shakur put on a great performance in terms of winning the fight. He could have done a little better. He didn't. And it's a lot at play, in my opinion, to this overall situation. Top Rank, a clever old school promotional company known for developing fighters, and most of the great fighters leave them in their careers. Did they intentionally pick opponents such as they picked to cause problems for Shakur? Maybe. I just believe that the future for Shakur should be going into the direction of the Mayweather camp. I think Mayweather will be an ideal location for Shakur. And at first I was against some of that. You know, if you heard in the previous, I was a little upset with Floyd. But like I told you, Floyd, in my opinion, is not a developing promotional company. Floyd is what you call a superstardom. He's made for those that are already have a name that he can place on the A side or place on the side of the negotiation tables where everything falls in favor of his fighters. After Floyd left the Top Rank organization, Floyd developed the same A-side mentality. Actually, he created that A-side mentality for himself, first and foremost. A lot of the fighters that he had in his camp, they never were really for his type of promotional company where he was able to build. He's not a building company, so a lot of the guys that came up under that camp, I don't see he was going to be able to build them into any sort of way. Shakur Stevenson will be ideal to the Mayweather organization. As you notice how he did and built Tank's career, they did a similar blueprint as they did for Floyd Mayweather. That similar blueprint was they created fighters that would cater to the style of them. Like Floyd fought, once he became the A side, Floyd fought the most aggressive fighters, the ones that he was able to counterpunch and put on a performance with, as the style fits his style of counterpunching and dodging and counterpunching shots. That's what the style, similar to Gervonta Tank Davis, who they also had styles of guys who were coming forward type guys where it gave Gervonta chances to create traps for him. Shakur Stevenson, as you look at him being on the ESPN side, the Top Rank side, they more challenged him in so many ways. Other than the Valdez fight is evidently what he needs to have to reinvent his fan base. Get him fights like those, and let him be able to put on a masterful performance against guys that's coming at him, where he's able to counterpunch them off their aggression. The Valdez fight was what really, in my opinion, defined who actually Shakur is. And if I was his promoter, I would cater to that style of fight. The guy that he fought last week was, you know, he had a great amateur background, but he knew not to initiate on Shakur. He backed up. He had Shakur chasing him. You know, that kind of gets awkward when you're used to being the one on the defensive side, the counterpuncher. To chase someone down, that makes the fight kind of difficult for him. So the guy wasn't initiating. So the fight was born. Was this intentional by the Top Rank camp? Maybe so, maybe not. I think it was. The way that they played out the whole entire card that night, far as watching the crowd leave, that was intentional. That was PR. That was directed at Shakur's for his market. So when he moves on to other places, it's not going to get better. They said, we're not going to let you do what Floyd did, when leave us and then go make $100 million after that. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to diminish your image. And that's exactly what the Top Rank people did intentionally that night. It was quite evident in how basically said he was gonna fall asleep, all of that type of stuff. You know that he's a part of that Top Rank crew. He's a full-fledged Top Rank fighter. Bob Burns' right-hand boy, and I don't mean that in no disrespectful way. I mean right-hand man. I'm gonna correct that because I'm not gonna call him a boy. But I think Tim Bradley. I said the wrong name. I said Tom Bradley. Tim Bradley. Intentionally, I need my cup of coffee. Listen, dear fighters, fight your fight. Shakur Stevenson fought his fight. When it's time, when his career ends, and all the money's gone, nobody's gonna come over there to wipe your ass and take you to the store, put the soup, feed you soup, because you've been brain damaged also bad. Fight the fight that's best for you. Okay, the fight was born to some, not to all. Some of us like to see a fighter that knows has great defense. Now, what I will say about the Shakur Stevenson fight, in my opinion, I think he held off a little more than he should have. I do agree with that. I saw shots come where he could have counterpunched instantly. He allowed 4, 5, 6 punches to go by him when he didn't come back with none, and I was upset with that. But I don't think Shakur is a born fighter, as everybody say he is. Floyd Mayweather and the Mayweather team, if that's where he's headed to, I think that's the only place that I see him where someone will be able to cater to his style. That's the Floyd Mayweather formula, is that when they get a fight or superstar, they pick fights based upon the style of their fighter. They always make sure that their fighter always have an advantage. And I see that being the case once Shakur joins that team, where they will cater to the style of Shakur Stevenson. Now, it might be a different play, but what Floyd is still, it's more Mayweather promotion. So the formula is still going to apply with that team. So Shakur Stevenson still is, in my opinion, one of the top fighters. I still consider him a high-profile fighter, and I still consider him one of the best at 135. That will not change based upon 1 or 2 performances. He stuck to his fight, and that's what he should have done. And I don't think he should change up. Only thing I think he may need to do is add on a few more counter shots in there, in between that, and pick fights that's more catering to his abilities, as his other guys that's in his weight class do the same thing. I am a full-fledged, if those know and watch any of the podcasts of the past, I am a full-fledged Gervonta Tank Davis fan. But I will honestly say his team picks opponents catering to his style. That's the Floyd Money Mayweather way of things that they do. Even though they're not with the same, he's not under Mayweather Promotions, but it's still the same formula. Still the same team, still the same people around him. So the best thing for Shakur is to follow suit. ESPN, they got a different strategy. They got a different, their intention sometimes is to put tests to some of these guys to see what they are, how far they can go. I just think these last two fights, I think that the team already knew. I already think that Bob Earn and Top Rank already knew that it was coming to an end. So they didn't give a damn about how he looked. And they made sure the opponents that they picked was going to be more complicated for his style. That's my personal opinion. I may be wrong, but I don't have no problem with being wrong at all. But I don't think I am in this case right here. That's all that I have for this situation. May the best thing be for Shakur to do what he do. May Gervonta Davis do what he do. May all the other fighters, because I'm both of those fans. I'm more of a Shakur Stevens fan overall when it comes to talent, in my opinion. I like the punching power of Tank. I like the boxing skills of Shakur. Two great fighters. When that fight happens, I'll be damn sure neutral. This is my neutral perspective. Two great fighters. May the best man win. That's all our time. To the next time. Peace, blessings, and prosperity. The Second Wind Sports Media. Peace.
He's on the ropes. He spinned off the ropes. He's moving around now and he's getting a little bit of rhythm. He finally got that second win. Can't be stopped.